All right, hello everybody. How are you guys doing tonight? We are continuing work on this very secret quote-unquote project. So, welcome folks. XAS, Indigo, Vastrod, Mactal, Elfin, Yonai. Hey, everyone's here. Glad to see you all. So, you guys, the first ones coming in, you probably know what's up, right? You probably have seen the last few streams. So let's wait a little bit for people to jump in and ask like what's going on before we explain what this project is all about. How about that? How did the Valdevia glitch look at the end? Well, I can show ya. Hold on, I got an empty one here. Hold on. Let me close that. So, let's say for the original, that is this one. We did this one, so it ended up looking like a ghost effect. And for this one, the ghost version is this. So we just messed up with the JPEG compression algorithm so that I guess the edges and the interior tiles are mismatched, so they're kind of translated laterally, starting with a certain point, right? It's all like broken up already here, but starting with this, with a specific point, which is where you put the glitch, it just like messes it up laterally like that. I don't know. That's a way to explain it. That's what I think we broke. Not any algorithm. We went into the JPEG file as a text file, and we just went into around the middle of the file and started copy pasting the word Valdevia over and over and over and over. And this happened. So I call it the Valdevia glitch. Because that's what regular people do. They name glitches after themselves. And my day's going good. Been a bit of a slow day so far, but you know, that's fine. I usually am more active at night, so this is when we are active. So yeah, just a fun glitch we found by accident, and that's some of the things we did the other day on Monday. Was it Monday? Yes, today's Wednesday. So yeah, I even forget the days. That's how confused my brain is. So some of the ones we did on Monday, if you guys missed it, we did this one, which is an alternative angle on this. So we tried to make them look very similar to match that. And then we did this corridor here, which used to be sideways. Like this used to be the ceiling. And now this is some sort of weird parallel corridors, I guess. And we did this, which is just a slope, not more than that. And we also did this one, which is endless stairs. You go into a rabbit hole of stock images at the end. I always do that. Yes, we did find a lot of new base images to use. We have so many base images for this. We already have 40 finished pictures for this project, which is the most I've ever done for a single thread by far. I think the biggest one was probably the family ghost one, which was, you can give that a quick check. Let's see, when was family ghosts? God, it was a while ago. Okay, family ghost was, let's just give them a quick selection. I will see below how many images. That was 11 images, and that was probably the biggest one before the ziggurat one. So quite a difference, I would say. Okay, and we got a bunch of base pictures as well. This little collection we've been gathering, which has some like sub folders, and a bunch of other ones here. So with these we have 67 pictures plus 39 plus 63 plus 123 and so on, plus this 100 and something. So we do have a lot of base pictures. I'm always in a rabbit hole of images, animals, and language facts. Absolutely. Zagoda. I assume that's how we pronounce it. Welcome. What's a spiral one? That's probably some stairs. Yeah, from below. I got a couple of like that. Don't know if I'll use them, but they're cool. This one's cool. It's like the stairs from below. It might have some use if we turn it around a bit. So that it feels like we're walking on this area, and it just kind of does that. It becomes kind of impossible to walk on. If we assume we're looking at it sideways instead of looking up. Which is a lot of what we're doing in this series, is just taking regular spaces and flipping them, turning them in different ways, and that kind of gives them this very different vibe usually. For example, there's this one here that's it's already a weird space, right? It's a very strange geometric brutalist building. But if you turn it around, suddenly you have, you know, a big space that's all covered under a ceiling, and below you have a big like abyss, and you're walking on this little kind of balcony space. Fire one feels like an eye. Yeah, it does have that vibe. So yeah, a lot of the images have been basically flipping something around and then making it make sense, or, you know, mirroring it in weird ways, those kinds of things, so that the end result we have is strange spaces that like don't feel right. They're gonna start a bit more normal, right? They're gonna start more like regular corridors and stairs, and slowly they're gonna get stranger and stranger, first in size and then in like how little sense they make. Like, what was this space made for, right? It feels like it was made for a reason, but it's hard to pinpoint that. Same for these. And the deeper in you go, I guess the stranger it gets. So we'll have these strange spaces that are built on top of the abyss, like that. And eventually it just gets like that. This is the same church I was showing you before as an example. These are the 3 images we did. That's the one I showed. And that's the other 2. Hey, Lows. Opening to say hi before I lurk for Mimis. Sounds good. Hope you have a good night. Reminds me of a manga. Yes, that's Blame. I think it's pronounced Blame. I don't know. But it's written like Blame with an exclamation mark at the end. It's a very good manga, especially those drawings of huge spaces, and it was a big inspiration behind this. Nice to catch your stream. Hey, welcome. Great to have you here. So, I guess now that people are coming in, and some people might be confused as to what we're making, let's start explaining what this thread is all about. I was waiting a little bit because I always explain it when there's like 5 people at the beginning, and then I have to explain it again. So this is going to be a thread that's going to happen in first person. So it's me that's going through this as I live tweet through the exploration of a very strange space. So it's all going to start by me being at my parents' house for a while, and there's this door there. It's always been there, but it's always been locked. It's always been kind of stuck, so everyone's just assumed it was a leftover from a previous like works that have been done in the house, and it's not even in the floor plan. It's just kind of been there. I'm frustrated though, so I say I tell myself I'm gonna open this door wherever it takes. So I open it, after using some tools or whatever. And what do we find behind it? A corridor. Why is there a corridor in my parents' basement? It's pretty long, right? It feels like it doesn't belong in this house. Like, where could this lead? This feels like maybe it's some sort of, service corridor for like electricity, gas, etc. Right? It's like how you'd explain it to yourself, but it's still pretty strange and strikes my curiosity. So I decided to go explore it. What I find though is that this is just the beginning of a huge underground megastructure that's just being lying in wait underground just under my house for who knows how long. And it starts with this kind of industrial vibe to it, where it kind of feels like it has a purpose, like it's been made for humans, but slowly you start to realize that there's no people in there. It's completely empty. It feels abandoned, but still kind of like not like ruins. It's just abandoned. It's just been left empty. And as I start to explore it, it's going to become more and more apparent as I'm going down right now. I'm flipping through the images as I'm kind of going deeper into this space. It's going to become more and more apparent that I'm not in a like super literal space, and it's more like a descent into hell situation. So as the space has become more and more abstract, that's going to become more and more apparent. Also, like it's going to show in the writing as well, which I have yet to write like the thread itself, like the tweets. I want them to appear kind of, like they're not thought out. They're just like spur of the moment type tweets, because it needs to feel like I'm live tweeting through it, right? So slowly as you go down, you'll realize that this is just a strange metaphorical space of sorts. And well, this is some glitch tests we did. Eventually, I'm just going to disappear for a few days, completely disappear from the internet, to follow the fiction of what's happening in here. And I'm also going to lose connection to y'all. So like, I'm not going to be able to send pictures, except for sometimes where strange things like this one will pop through with like strange messages attached. But that's the only thing that's going to appear. Eventually, though, I will find my way back through... These are some other leftover images. I will find my way back through a strange space that feels like it's not as perfectly cut and all, perfect concrete everywhere. It starts becoming like more like rougher and machine cut stone like that. Eventually from that machine cut stone, as you can see from this corner, it's going to go to like hand cut stone. I'm going to be using pictures from a quarry there. And from that hand cut stone, it's eventually like gonna like slowly devolve into a cave. And from the cave, you finally reach the surface. And that's going to be like the escape sequence. And it's going to be what we're working on today. That little escape sequence, which is why the title of the stream is like that. So that's a bit of like the general gist of the thread. We got 40 pictures to get through. It's gonna probably take place over more than a couple days at least, maybe even like up to a week, depending on how I structure, like how I order these pictures and how I within the story, how I justify this little like expedition. Is it going to be one expedition? Am I going to like be coming back and forth? Something like that. We'll see. I don't know exactly how I'll tackle it. I think I want to have all the images and then kind of like on top of the images build the story, if that makes sense. That's what I tend to do. So here's the thing though. If you're watching this, you're now complicit in the whole deal. So since it's going to require a little bit of suspension of disbelief, like I want people to kind of play along with the game. People know that I'm the Photoshop guy and these pictures are Photoshopped. I mean, it's pretty obvious, but I still want people to play along with it and take part in the fiction of the story. So if you want, whether at least I'd ask you, like, please not spoil it for other people as this story is going on. You don't have all the spoilers, by the way. I'm keeping like a lot of the story beats to myself, so you will still be able to follow along with the story and like the deeper themes within it. I still haven't spoiled any of that on stream, but yeah, don't spoil what's going to happen for people, or don't say like, oh, I saw you do this on stream or whatever. Just like play along with it if you want. And I also appreciate people playing along, because that will allow me to like kind of build that into the story. I was like, you know, people are worried about me, and I'm gonna be like, oh guys, calm down, like this is perfectly safe, don't worry, I got food and water. Those kinds of things, right? So those kinds of things, if you want to play along, I'd really appreciate that. But now let me catch up with the chat a little bit. I asked my friend for an idea for a monster, and they just said clock and refused to like explain. Oh, that's a good prompt. Hey, okay, hello Chaos. When you get close enough to the Wi-Fi boosters. What are we renaming to Val today as? The aquarium, probably not. It doesn't feel like the others. It was something I did for a previous thing that never came out, so I just had it lying around as like a weird picture. Might reuse it at some point in the future, but probably not for this project, because it has a very definite aesthetic and colors and, you know, vibe of that empty and very cold concrete structure with like strange lighting all over, and the main, like, it's all made of concrete. So except for this more debatable what this corridor is, if it's concrete or not. I mean, it isn't in real life. I could add some concrete textures to this, but well, we'll think about it. In any case, it doesn't fit the vibe anymore, so we'll probably drop it. So that is what we have. Some 40 odd pictures, all separated across four levels of sorts. The first level is going to be the first like more realistic parts, which is going to be the industrial one. Second level is going to be that transition where it gets like brutalist and clean and more senseless as it goes on. That's like the second level. Third level is going to be when I'm lost completely and just some images slip through. So it's going to be like, we don't have to do as many pictures for that level. Just going to be like a few odd pictures of that imply that I'm going deeper into this and that something's happening. And fourth level is going to be the escape sequence of sorts. So like the ascent, we can call it. So it's me going up again and going through this completely different space, this rougher and more like unfinished space. Oh, that's not part of it. But yeah. That one with the shoe, you're gonna have to make sure you keep the same shoes and pants. Yes, I'm gonna specifically point out the shoes in a video. So this is not gonna be all there is in the thread. I also want to do little like real life things that I don't have to edit in Photoshop. So it's not something I'm gonna be working on stream. Like in real life, drawing a map, taking for example this paper here, this kind of notebook paper, and scribbling with some pencil, scribbling some map on top of it. So there it is. So it feels like I'm trying to explore this place, right? And before I go into this big expedition where I'm gonna get lost, I'm gonna show specifically things like, you know, I'm gonna show myself preparing for it. So I'm gonna show a little video of me with everything I'm putting on in my backpack. So like my food, my batteries, my Wi-Fi repeaters, because that's gonna be a plot point. And I'm gonna show like, oh, I got the mountain shoes that got a lot of grip in case I go through dangerous places, those kinds of things, right? So the shoes are actually gonna are gonna be a thing, right? They're gonna appear more than once. We have them here as well. I have a little video thing that, depending on how well I can composite on top of video, I got a little video of myself eating an apple and just kind of talking to the camera and getting distracted, and the apple falls down into the abyss, kind of an abyss like this one, right? I still have to edit it because I took it in this real life industrial ruins, and I still, like, I'm not on under a literal abyss. I'm just on the top of some stairs, so I would have to, I'm like with my legs dangling in between the stairs. So yeah, I would have to edit that in some way, which I don't know if I'll be able to do, but that's probably for out of stream things, because it'll be a bit more boring. That's so much work. I'm impressed by your speed. I've been working on this for about a month. I don't recall exactly when the first stream, when the first of these streams was. I can give it a quick check, because now I'm curious how long we've been working on this. Let me open my own channel. Let's see. Videos. So, if we go back to highlights and uploads. Hey, Rose. So, okay, it just says last month. Okay, March 5th. The first of these streams was actually March 5th. So, that's like exactly a month and 1 day ago. That's quite interesting, yeah. I've been working on this for a total of a month, which is why, if you've been following me on Twitter, you might have seen that there's not a lot of new stuff lately, because I've been working on this for so long that I just haven't had a lot of time for like one-off things. So I really hope that this thread does well, because, you know, that's been a lot of work. You promise that we'll keep the secret. Exactly. Keep it a secret. Moscow the Fire, Grimace the Sun, and the Holy Googly Owl. Bless, bless. Put your Googly Owls in chats. You missed it, by the way. Look at that cute emote we have now. A little animated Googly Owl. So cute. So, oh, I still have to make a panel for everyone that's made emotes in the for the channel. This one was made by Fluff Hips on Twitter. Okay, so enough chit chat. Let's get to the continuation of this kind of escape sequence. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna open what's this one? Ziggurat 10. So I can keep all the filters and everything. I can transfer it to the new pictures, which will save us some work. Okay, there it is. Actually, this one has some base pics, so I can take them from here directly. These pictures, you can see the originals here and how they ended up, are taken in a quarry in Menorca in Spain, the Balearic Islands. And we got a bunch of base pictures to use. I've already used a few of them. And here is the little entrance you can see in this picture. There it's like pretty dark because we're far away from it. But I would like to do a close-up of it, of like, oh, there's actually like an opening here. It seems like it goes up. And this will be like, hell yeah, I'm finally getting out of this place. I wish I could have Googly Owl. You don't have it? No, you need to be subscribed to have it. So XCS has subscribed, so I have it. Menorca, yes. Yes, there's some follower emotes you guys can use only for following on the channel, which you should be able to see if you press the little emote thing next to your chat. And all the others and the animated ones are all for subscribers. They only give you 5 follower emotes, or slots for follower emotes. Oh yeah, you can also get them channel with channel points. Oh, what's going on with that? Hold on. My tablet stopped working. That's worrying. What's up with you? Why did it get unplugged? No, it seems to be plugged. Okay, we got tablet troubles today. That's annoying. Let me see. Try to fix that. No things connected. Oh, that's fantastic. That's great, isn't it? Hold on. Let me see if I can turn it, like plug it in and out, or if it's been plugged out by some reason, for some reason from the computer. Give me a sec. It's annoying because last time it did that, it like all the settings broke down. Oh, that happened again. Okay, so we're gonna have a weird tablet day where all my settings are off for some reason. It is quite annoying, believe it or not. I don't know why this is happening more and more. I hope the tablet is not giving out. I hope it's still has some life in front of it. Tablets are expensive. Hidden message in the photos. Where do you take that from? Yeah, the code was okay. I don't know. It did that once before, and here's a problem. Once you plug it back in, it forgets all its settings. So the screen you see here, it ends at the middle point. So because I have two screens, so it's currently mapped to the two screens. And this happened once, and I was not able to fix it without like restarting the computer, which I'm not gonna do during a stream. So very silly, but we will have to work with half a tablet today. Well, I guess we can call it an extra challenge. How about that? So I guess I'll be using the mouse a little bit more, maybe. Let's see. I want to take a close-up of that little opening, which we have. Okay, so we have this one right on top, and we have this one. So both of those could be contenders. I think this one probably shows that opening better, and we can see it's like the same shape. This one's a bit more of a close-up, but we can see the stairs better. Something that chat said at the stream the other day. Might have been some idea that was thrown around, but I don't think I've considered putting like hidden messages apart from my signature, which I'll put in one of the pictures. Do you have a photo of the totem? Yes, I think I have it somewhere. So there's a quarry pictures. Here's one from just below. And a bird. Nice. I have a drawing pad, but it's buried somewhere in storage, so I have to use a mouse, which is as bad as you expect. Get it out of storage, like right now. If you have one, like, save yourself the trouble. Drawing with a mouse is pain. Okay, so here we have some other pictures of the place. Here's me. This is one of the ones we had on the PSD. These are from the top. Let's see. I think I have some more here below. Okay, this one, but I think that's the only one. I once drew with a mouse, never again. Yes, I agree. Never going back to a mouse, except for very, very small edits, which don't really require it. But if you're drawing anything, if you're using the brush tool at all, and God help you if you don't have a tablet. Okay, I think I'll be, yeah, this one's already used. I think I'll just use this one. Hey, Sora. So we can use it in 2 different ways. Okay, let me edit, please. There we go. A close-up like that in horizontal. Don't really love that. And one in vertical. So I think 11 will be the vertical ones, yes. Been away from home since 11 AM, it's 7:15 PM. Oof. Welcome back, I guess. It's in a different state and I don't have a car. Oh, okay. That's more understandable then. So I guess since my tablet is being annoying today, if you hear more clicks from the mouse, that is why. So I might use it a little bit more than usual. I said ASMR stream, did I? Never said that. Put words in my mouth. Okay. So first thing we need to do is remove that plant. Very important if we need to continue. Also, oh, I guess that's gonna be more annoying. Yes, all the shortcuts in the pencil are also not working, so I can't right click using it. It's very silly. I wish I had some way to kind of like hard reset the tablet without having to restart my computer, because that would stop the stream for everybody. But there's no way that I know of. Oh, ASMR because of the clicks. True, true. How many hours did that subathon last? 17. Not bad, isn't it? Oh, I forgot. Yeah. Another thing that's broken when my tablet breaks that way is the sensitivity. So when I need to do something that's dependent on the sensitivity of the tablet, it just doesn't want to work. I mean, the sensitivity is like all messed up. It's very, very low. Also, yeah, hi Trist. It is good to see you. I'm yeeting this plant out of existence, as usual. I love to delete things. So in case you were wondering, this weird checkered space was created by a machine cutting this stone into squares. So every time it got to the edge of that area that was carved out for the stone cutting, the machines left that impression on the edges here. So it ended up being this huge, strangely checkered space, which is fun. Follow the script. Thank you for the follow. Okay, I'm gonna try and use different stones for the edges because it's starting to look kind of samey, which is a problem. The most important thing is making this so that nobody notices that this specific part has been stamped in. So hiding the copy pastes. And even though, yeah, people will be able to look at specific stones and say, oh, this is copy pasted. But if the first impression is good enough, they will not see the need to look at those stones carefully. God, it's so weird to work with a different sensitivity in the tablets. Okay, move a little bit to the left and right and it just goes super far away. So my muscle memory of working with a tablet is completely different. I don't know why it keeps doing that, this tablet. Second time it does it in, I want to say, a month. Didn't know you did streaming until today. I really need to start reading artist bios more thoroughly. Yeah, I'm streaming 3 times a week. So welcome. Oh, happy Ace Day, everybody. Hey, Vandals. Okay, we can let it go to this area here, and then just kind of break it off into stone. I'll have to make it darker as well, but we'll figure that out. There we go. Does that make some sense? Probably not as much as it could, but again, we just need to make it good enough. That's the objective here. Good enough that people won't care too much. I looked up Native American folklore. This creature called the woodsman would come near the village when the sun would rest under the moonlight. He would look to play, but he played so much. He played much too hard for the villagers. Everything he touched would no longer breathe. He was known to grab up the villagers' dogs and walks into the woods, and the dog would never be seen again. Interesting. I'm streaming 3 times a week. Wait, this is the second time a week, because the first time I was here was a 12-hour stream that broke my sense of time. Oh, googly eyes. I've streamed, yeah, that stream was last Friday, and then I streamed on Monday again. And now on Wednesday. So my usual schedule is Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. And then on Sundays, every couple Sundays or so, whenever I get interesting guests, I do the podcast. Which, by the way, this week we have Shant Comics coming to the podcast this Sunday, if all goes well. So obviously the googly eyes have to go around the mouth, right? That's the only place to put them. It's the reasonable thing to do. There they go. Just one big smiling mouth. Okay, let's complete this little area here. Annoying that a plant decided to grow right there. Come on. You'd be a little bit more considerate, plants. For the people doing photoshops here. Rude. And the last image of the thread, a giant googly eye. That's the deepest part of the ziggurat is the googly eye. The architect of the whole thing, Googly L, is back. Now when we finish this, I guess the streams the past few months have been very focused on this series. But once it's done, which I'm hoping I don't have that much more to do, or I don't think so at least. As long as the scope keeps realistic, I hopefully should be able to finish it this week. So I can start posting it, I don't know, next week or the following one. But after that, I'm thinking that for the streams we could do some more of those silly point challenges, which created such characters as Googly Owl. Okay, close to being done with this very annoying tree that was right in the middle. We just gotta fix up the edges between the rocks here and the background, because there's some weird stuff going on there, I think. Fighting fatigue. Okay, Kios, you have a good night. Hope you can sleep well. It's already Thursday, yes. Technically here. Can I take a second to appreciate that every time someone says bye in chat, everybody wishes them a good night. You guys are cool. Oh, more plants. My arch enemies. Get out of here, grass. It's a very nice chat. It is. That's what I like about, you know, the art side of Twitch, is that as opposed to the gaming side, which is usually a mess, this here you can keep a conversation, even in like the busier moments. You can still keep like very interesting conversations, which is, you know, it's half of what I like about streaming, is that you can do this in company, you know. And hey, even people contribute ideas, which is great. We are civilized people. I like to think that, yes. Grass, destroyer of ziggurats. Our worst enemy here. Okay, so we've taken care of the big things. This looks slightly wonky, but once we add some shadow to it, I don't think it'll be too noticeable. There's a few things we need to add. First, a little touch of ceiling there, which we can take. I think we can take this ceiling here. So I think it's this layer. Let's hope that works. We'll just make it a bit bigger and change the perspective, and hopefully that'll be enough. Oh god, I forget that my right click is disabled because the tablet is being annoying. Yay. So since it's just a little corner, the exact perspective here isn't that important. You ran yourself dry on monster ideas, put in too many too quickly. Give the monster generator in the Discord a try. Might help you. Or take a break. Breaks are good. You can't be... Nobody can be creative all the time. Gotta rest. Okay, I'm wondering what I did here. Yeah, I was thinking if I had closed that gap here, or if I had let it opened, and it is open, so we'll just take it as is, not mess with it. We'll go here. Try and match that the best way I can. So I'm basically just pulling and tugging until the perspective looks right. A bit more. So the generator, if you guys go to the Discord, and I'll drop a link in chat. Oh, Mectal, oh, you have to, it's without a space, like this. There you go, well, Mectal got it as well. If you go to the Discord and go to the channel called Endless Prompt Generator, you can use one of two commands. So, let me see. You go endless prompt generator here, and you can do creature like Indigo did right there, and it'll like string a bunch of generators that give you like animals and parts and stuff, and create this like messed up hybrid. Or you can do prompt, which will give you a bunch of AI generated like mystery prompts. So give it a try if that's something that might interest you. Oh, so autocorrect. It thanked you. Holy shit, is that daylight? For the moment, until I make it disappear. And hey, Angry Man. Angry G-Man, sorry. I always forget there's a G there. Oh, and thank you for the save reminder. Will it work like that? I think it's, yeah. Yeah, it seems like on the other side, or in the other picture, I actually broke it this way. Which should make this behave slightly differently. So let's pull this in a bit more. Yeah, there's Discord. It's a great horror artist community. All levels of expertise, so if you want any feedback, just to watch other people's cool art, it's a great place for that. It's also, if you go to the last channel on that Discord, which is a live stream channel, it's where I will post updates on the stream whenever there's something interesting or any change in schedules. I will post it there. So I think that's how I did it on the other side. It's a bit dark, but no, it was actually just kind of messy there. But it was dark enough not to matter. I think we can do something similar here. Or maybe we can just break it and have it create a jagged edge of some sort. Let's go around the stones like this. Yeah, that should do it. Looks a bit more natural. It's gonna be dark as hell, but made painting as an extra scholar class, and you made a hybrid albatross with the head of a fell neck lizard. That's nice. Okay, so it is more or less set up. We have to select all the sky behind it and remove it. Just put some black over there. So behind this, I'm gonna do a selection, and I'm gonna see if Photoshop can help me out with that, because it should be fairly easy for Photoshop to select this. There's a lot of contrast. I'll just give it a wide area, and it'll hopefully No, it did nothing. I was on the wrong layer, so of course it did nothing. Okay, let's try that again. God, I'm so imprecise with my tablets because it's messed up today. It's having a day. My tablet is having a day. So it's gonna be just an extra challenge today. What? That sucks. Why did it just select that corner? I thought this AI selection tool was good. Okay, give that a second try, come on. The wall is staring into us, it is. Oh god, I'm gonna have to do this in little pieces. It's being mean, so I'm gonna lie down and lurk. Okay, sounds good. Hope your brain gets better soon. Brains can be annoying sometimes. Okay, we have a selection of this, finally. Now, I'm gonna create a group and put that as a layer mask on the group. Then within that, create a layer. I'm just gonna fill it with black. And now it's when I can see that the edge is not perfect, obviously. It's Photoshop's AI isn't too good at like completely cleaning the edges, so I usually have to shift them a little bit like this. Boom. That's much better. Of course the lighting is still wrong, but at least there's no sky anymore. I love the silly eyes. They are very good. Okay, let's actually see if Photoshop can... No, that's the wrong tool, my dude. Photoshop, please. Being silly again. Let's see if how Photoshop fares against this. God, my pulse is terrible. Try to self-medicate with coffee. And now I'm sleepy. That's understandable. Yeah. No, but the coffee hit you back. The silly eyes are clearly for earthquake detection. I love that. Absolutely. Okay, so why am I doing a selection of the interior here? It's to create some shadows without being bothered by having to redo the walls in any way. And it seems like it wasn't super good at these areas. Oh, that should be removed like so. Since my tablet is all messed up today, my pulse is not going to help me here. Because it's essentially like lost a lot of sensitivity. And of course the only way to fix that is to restart my computer and stop the stream for everybody. So we are working with a messed up tablet today. It's fine. For some reason it happens. I still don't know what the trigger for that is. Whoa, birds! Hey, what are you doing here? I'm gonna remove the birds. I didn't notice that. Can you imagine if I forgot the birds? They just stayed there. Good thing I zoomed in. Well, now I'm worried that there might be birds in other parts of the picture or in other pictures of this place. Though I guess I looked at them quite closely, so I hope not. If I ever move out from tornado zone to earthquake zone, I'm gonna do that, yes. That's the best earthquake detection system. God, so difficult to do this freehand. make the bird into shading. It was strange to find them so deep underground, so not necessarily disruptive to the narrative. That's true, that's true. But I have no mercy, and they will be yeeted out anyway. Also, I apparently missed a little bit of sky there. So I am going to... going to just paint that out. I have to be a bit slower today, but that is fine. So here I can put a soft light layer and possibly a normal layer as well. Go here with a soft brush. Oh god. Yeah, the sensitivity controls are way off. So this has to kind of approach black as it goes up. Because we're going like into the darkness. Also, did I miss? I know that's part of the wall. Okay. I think there's just like a little bit here that is in neither of the layers, so it ended up being bright. What I will do is that black layer that covers the sky, I will let it go a little bit deeper in and color the rest a little bit, so there's no weird artifacts in between. Lou, how you doing? Should go and see Q stream. What's Q doing? We could rate him after if he's still streaming. I also buy Lou. What's okay? Check up on Q. I'll draw Elden Ring. Hi bye, yes. Whoa. He's doing a very cool drawing. Look at that. Their new bird order. They are watching. Look at them. And now, this is just bird camouflage. They are able to blend themselves with the stone, but they are still there. They are still watching, as ever, patiently. Just waiting for any slip, any mistake. Oh, there's green here. What are you doing there? Green means plant. I don't want plants here. Get out of here, you moss or whatever. Okay, I will remove a lot of the color inside this. They stun seed backwards. These nuts, hahaha. Very good. Okay, let's see. Let's do some color as well. Just stamp out some of the greens. Oh, again, plants. They keep sneaking up on me. Well, I thought I deleted all of them. And a while later, I find another one. That's sneaky. Sneaky little buggers. Let's see. There we go. That's one. That's one there. So many little hidden plants for me to find. It's like a little game. I hope that is the last plant. But I bet there's more I still haven't zoomed in on. Those little bastards. I'll find them and destroy them all. Gain ground on your bird fights. Hell yeah. How's the bird fight going? Please tell us. We need to know about your exploits on the bird battlefield. On the battlefield of birds. Yes, Mechtel is waging war against birds. In an event that history will remember as the Bird War. Let's see, I need to have the same colors as the other ones, so I'll do hue saturation. There we go. That equalizes the color quite a lot. Let's leave the googly eyes always on top. And now let's see. Let's remove it for a sec and bring in this layer, layer 22. So it's kind of the one we're trying to imitate in terms of lighting, etc. It's this one here, because we're talking about the same place. So that's why I'm bringing it in, so I can copy the smart filters and hopefully get somewhere close. It needs a little bit more darkness, but we're getting there. Also, thank you for the save reminder. It's okay, PSB. Yeah, sure thing. Leave it as PSB. And then I will delete the PSC. Because I guess it has a lot of pictures inside, so it's starting to weigh a little bit. Okay, so 11.psd is gone now. Bird revenge. The plot is thickening. Okay, let's leave the googly eyes again on top. And, well, I'll remove them for a sec, because I need to do the lighting in that area. I can't miss those spots, of course. So, what did I do? Create a layer. We'll do soft light. And normal as well. This wall here is a lot more... Oh, hold on. Oh, okay. We have to imitate this lighting. Got it. So there's a lighting right next to this wall here. I don't know if that would show up in this one. It's a little bit to the right of this corner there, which would be... hold on. This here is this there. It goes up and then there's like 3 little tiles. It goes up and there's 3 little tiles, okay. And then we'll have to count tiles to know if the lighting will appear in this photo. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. From the bottom one there. And that's just gonna be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, so the light won't appear in this photo, which is nice. It saves us some work. But we will still have to do the lighting. I got home to 300 birds yelling. Oh my god. Bird wars are getting brutal. Does PSB stand for Photoshop Big, as my brain assumed, or does it have a different meaning? I always assumed this was Photoshop Big. So probably, I don't know, it might stand for something different now that you say it. I never thought about it. So I guess you and I have the same question. Do you have any character or something that every time you draw or make it, you just slightly revamp it and trying to improve? I don't really have any running characters, to be honest. Like maybe Megalomorpha, but that's not like a character with a design. They just look like many different types of bugs. So I don't think it's too comparable to a character. Yeah, I just don't have a lot of characters, if any. Photoshop badonkers, absolutely. So the inside here maybe should be a little bit darker, considering again this. The lighting is right there, so this wouldn't have any direct light on it, just reflected lights. So it would be quite dark, I think. Wazuk, thank you for the follow. And White Tiger, thank you as well. Hey, and Merkit Cats, thank you. Welcome everybody, great to have you here. If you're wondering what we're working on, I don't know if if a lot of people haven't been to the last few streams, shout in chat and I'll explain what the series is all about. And I mean a literal shout, like your biggest, most powerful warrior shouts. So the lighting in this scene is coming from here, right off camera, but we're giving it this big shine coming from the side. And here we would have just some reflected lights. Hey, welcome White Tiger. Yes, I guess for the new folks, what we're working on is the thing we've been working on for the past month. Now, a month and a day since I started working on this. It's been a pretty big project. We got 40 pictures. We're 40 pictures plus in right now, so quite big. And it's going to be this first-person thread where I start exploring this huge underground structure and get lost in it. And it's gonna be fun, I hope. it's gonna have themes in it and everything. It's long enough that it can. And fun little antics like me disappearing for a few days from social media as I get lost in this structure. So this is what we're working on currently is kind of the exits, the escape sequence from this place. After I get lost for a few days, finally I regain connection somewhere closer to the surface, and I find myself exploring this area that looks like a quarry. So like this huge, like just perfectly square and empty rooms, and there's a hole in one of them, so that's how I managed to keep finding my way out. And this is going to devolve into more natural spaces like a cave, and eventually we'll be leaving through there. So we're working on that, essentially that exit sequence. Okay, let's see if the lighting will match better now. And we can re-add the googly eyes, of course. Probably gonna reappear in some forests. The start of the story, it will be in my parents' house, and just a strange door that's there. And I decide to explore what's behind it. And eventually I get out to a completely different place. And that will, believe it or not, have thematic meaning. Look at me, writing with themes like a big boy. I feel like I might have destroyed the colors a bit too much. Let's see, that might be the hue saturation. Yeah, I'll just reduce the opacity a bit of that layer. Yeah, that's... There we go. And again, we are trying to go for this specific lighting. So on top of this, we can do some more lighting shenanigans. Of course, the googly eyes can be there as well. But will you return? I will, don't worry. But during the course of this, to go for full immersion, I'm going to completely disappear from Twitter for a few days. I still haven't written exactly how long it'll be. And that will mean no streams. I'll try to schedule it for a time where I won't miss a lot of streams because of this. But for immersion, I would like to like completely disappear from online. So yeah, it's gonna be like several days of posting this. So I hope it can keep people's attention for a while. Still not a lot of color, but let's go into the camera roll. Is getting close to the end of the series. Yes, we're basically working on something very close to the ending sequence. Oh god, this ascent is going to be very dark, right? I guess for the next few pictures, since there's... I think I should do away with in-picture lighting. I think that this last room had some like lighting tiles that kind of came out of nowhere. But starting now, since we're going to be going through like more narrower caves, I'm thinking we could start lighting things like with a phone flashlight at this point. So everything starting from here is going to be completely unlit, and we're only going to be seeing it from like a flashlight in the middle, or you know, the flash of the camera in this case. Need an excuse to get off Twitter. Fair enough. Yeah, you guys are all invited into the ziggurats. That's it. Anyone who subscribes today is will be taken into my trip into the ziggurats. How about that? Also, the ziggurat is the name I'm thinking of giving it. Okay, I like this color way more actually. Gonna give it to this one as well. What housewarming gift do you bring to the ziggurats? Good question. I think a potted plant or something. It's kind of gray in there. Okay, I like this more yellow tone actually. So that's going to be 10, I think it's 10-2, yeah. And this will be 11 something. We'll figure that out. Hold on, why is it not? Well. Oh, I think the PSB for some reason saved in the desktop. Well, it will move it later. No huge problem. So this would be 11-2. This one would be 11-3 then. My numbering system is a mess. Don't look at it. Climbing harness. That would be good as well. Dress code. Something warm. It's probably pretty cold down there. Yes, the name ziggurats comes from the Mesopotamian constructions that were kind of pyramids, but with steps. So they were something like this, right? Well, you get the idea. Kind of a pyramid with steps and stairs in the middle at different levels. So the ziggurat in this story is quite the opposite of that. It's several levels that go down. And I keep exploring it with the assumption that eventually I'll be able to find the bottom and then find my way up. But what I'll eventually find is that it just keeps going down and down and down and down. And the levels here are kind of, you know, the actual levels, because this is my assumption, but what doesn't happen. But this would be kind of the levels of hell, right? So I've just been descending into levels of hell for a while. Blankets, yes. Blankets would be good. It's such a good name. You've been name making skills. I don't know how we came up with it. I don't know if someone said it on stream and it was like, yep, that's the one. That's the... I recall if... I don't exactly recall how it came up, but it did come up eventually. I think it came up in the first stream we did, so... I guess it's been the working name for so long that it's now just the name. Also, thank you for the save reminder. Okay, so this would be... Yeah, I'm pretty happy with this. Give that JPEG a save again, because I modified some small things. I need to go there. There we go. That's the grad 11.3. Again, don't listen to the names. They're messy. And now I'm going to save that. It's going to be pick 3. Yeah, I'll just take the PSB and save it there. Hey, Jagger. Okay, so I'm wondering if we should do another view of the same thing or if we already get it with what we have. So this is the one we used. Okay, I can delete it. We also have this one, which would be a close-up of this. That does show the stairs a bit better. I don't know if we need it though. I think it's clear enough. Okay, let's see in this quarry section. I got this is like a super old quarry that's been used from like hundreds of years ago, if I recall correctly. So you have modern parts that have been machine cut, so like this, and you have old parts that have been hand cut, like this. And sometimes when they were machine cutting, they came across these old caverns, and they would intersect and do these fun little intersections like that. So, or sometimes leave like carved out chunks, like this one, which is called the totem. So I have pictures of both of those places, of both of those areas. This one I think would be good to include because it's some like hand carved stairs, which are pretty nice. And here again, we could do the classic trick of doing this. The classic trick of taking a picture and turning it upside down. I love doing that. You got some more stairs like that. What are you photoshopping today? I'm working on this ziggurat series. As a ziggurat, maybe inspired by the Tower of Babel. It's constructed to reach God. True, that has interesting connections there. You see them without closer look. This marks on the wall seem like boxes. That's interesting. Yeah, I can see that. Okay, what else do we have? This one is from the machine cut parts. Okay, so interesting ones from the hand carved area. Oh, we have these ones. Okay, I think we continue with that. So let's cut it right there so we can't see what's above him. And over here, I got some grass and stuff. Obviously we have to remove that. Maybe include some more wall like that. Something like this, perhaps. Just like some wall texture. That's kind of rough. Let's see. Let's do a selection in this layer. Thing with this with the mouse, because if you missed it before, my tablet is weird. Not broken, but just acting weird today. Also, don't worry if the camera goes a bit weird when I use this tool. It happens. It's because this tool I'm using is a new AI tool that's very poorly optimized, and it likes to hog 100% of the CPU for a few seconds, which slows down OBS. So it's not an internet thing, and all of your connections are working all right. It's just Photoshop being weird, as usual. now we have that. Can move this fella around. Trying to see what would work here. Yeah, that works. Okay, so here with the clone stamp, we'll be removing every sign of life, so any plant or twig or anything like that. Hopefully it won't take too long. These are fairly straightforward, and there's not a lot of them. So we're using our clone stamp and this brush. Perfect. So we destroy any signs of life. That's like a super villain motivation there. Leave nothing alive. But I really like these walls because they were literally carved with picks, with pickaxes. Imagine the effort to just do all that without any automatic tool. That's crazy. All to get some stone. And it's the I forget the name of the stone. I think it might be limestone in English. The stones that are made from very old marine animals, like shells and stuff. Okay, the occasional very small twig. I don't think I will need to change it. It can mean that we're close to the surface and there's some stuff floating in from the top. So I'll just remove the bigger twigs and actual live stuff. Moss, for example. Gotta be careful not to leave any of that in. Some of the moss, just by the color correction, is gonna like blend in, but the bigger clumps, I'll take care to remove them. The birds brought them in, exactly. Valdés, yes, it'll be in Spanish. I think it might be limestone in English. I'm not sure. That's the kind of stone I'm thinking about. Any stone experts in chat? Any stoneologists? Some grilled cheese. Enjoy. That's delicious. Okay, I think that's all signs of life. Destroyed and removed. Okay, first thing, we are doing some soft light here to correct some of those blue sun highlights. Okay, next we're gonna be doing some levels. I'm gonna darken the whole thing a ton. And add to that some normal layer. Just softly covering some stuff. And then from those levels, we can take a big circle and remove that. And that would be like our lights. Whoa, that's looking weird on the. Oh, that's doing strange things on the stream preview. Looking strange. Stone expert. Now we've come to the conclusion that it's most likely some type of stone. Thank you very much for your expertise. Okay, so obviously the steps that would be lit up by our light, by our phone camera or phone flash or whatever, would be the ones in front of the camera and not necessarily the ones on top. So this one here, yeah, maybe, because we're looking at it kind of from above. This one here as well. But the one starting here, we're just lighting this face. And as we go up, we start getting some shadows. So we need to do that, and then remove a lot of the lighting from the tops here, not this one. But definitely this and this. You're sending, yeah. Send a tip to Retta, because they made new emotes. Look at it. Look at it. Also, how dare you assault my chat with that? Come on. I will let it slide for this once. Hey Lou, I'm doing some Lou grade lighting here. This is like some stairs lit by a flashlight type deal. Do you have any tips? The original, by the way, is here. Hey Karakan. Ooh, we got the spooky song. Okay, I hope I have redone the lighting in a way that makes sense. Did Lou just dip after doing that? She won't even answer my question. God damn it. Been pranked. I've been pranked. A 5-year-old me is crying right now. Same. The spooky creepypasta song. What a classic. If you guys missed it the other day during that long stream we did, we read some creepypastas. It was very fun. This part of your descent, yes, it is the last part. Is the ascension. So this is where we're leaving through. So this roughly carved space. Oh, I want to do a different thing. This. Detritus sedimentary rock. It's a mix of fossilized sand with carbonated limestone foundation. Interesting. Thank you. I have a sandstone, basically. We learn here in this stream, don't we? See, I should classify the stream as educational. It's all the cool stuff we learn. Okay, so we have that. Again, that vignette. So we're reducing the total exposure. And, whoa, okay. Maybe giving the light a little bit of blue. Yeah, this is spooky enough, isn't it? It's crazy how those last edits can really sell the mood of something. So somehow related to limestone. I wasn't that far off. I will give myself that little point. Yeah, we're doing a big vignette because at this point this is completely dark, and we're just going through it with the lights of the flash, like the camera flash in the phone. So this is the type of lighting I'm trying to imitate. Some colors to equalize some of that. Most rocks are okay to lick, just like most trees are okay to taste. I mean, if you're really determined, I guess. I guess I won't stop you from going out there and licking rocks, but I would not recommend it. Like, just in case. Okay, some starkly lit stairs. So these two represent the ascension. God, the ascension, it sounds so pretentious. You know, the ascent into real life again. So this would be our escape sequence. Geologist states some rocks as part of the process of identifying them. Ooh. Did you guys know that doctors used to taste their patients' pee? That's the real thing. that's why diabetes is called diabetes mellitus, because mellitus means like honey-like, because their piss would taste sweet. I can't make this up. It's completely real. Oh, this one's very cool. I love this. It feels like a descent though, not an ascent. Well, I think we can get some use out of it anyway. Okay, so this would be pick 4. This could be the exits, right? It feels like, you know, there's some light coming through this. We could make it pure whites and have that be the outside. How about that? How about we finally escape this place? When you look up, maybe, could be. We do have some ground here, some gravel. What if we turned it around? Would it feel like an ascent? Not really. We do this. I think it's fine, even if it looks like we're going down. It could be like the end of the tunnel, so you are... like at some point you're in some caves pretty much that are snaking around, so it wouldn't be like a pure ascent, if that makes sense. So first things we're doing is removing signs of life, as usual. So any plants, and yeeting it out. Goodbye. I revoke your license to exist. Surgeons with taste the pus of wounds. Ugh, I hate that. Yeah, don't do that, folks. That's full of bacteria. Bacteria. I like how we're also getting a song that's kind of, I don't know, it feels appropriate for the ending of the series. Not that this is the last picture we'll work on for this, since we're not working on them in order. There's a couple things I would like to do before calling it done. But yeah, this symbolizes that we are getting really close at least. Very little plants left. At least for this big one. Oh, there's more here. He's sneaky. These plants were nearly grey. They were trying to hide away from my wrath, but couldn't. To the other side of the world, to New Zealand, yeah. Nah, I think I'd end the series with me, like, you know, exiting, seeing the sun, and that's it. And you can assume that I'll get back home safely, you know? And then we'll do the closing credits right after that. Freeze frame, closing credits. Because yeah, at that point, I'll just say, yeah, thank you for listening to my story. Goodbye. Have a great day, everybody. We count ourselves lucky to live in a time where medical professionals can use disinfectants and anesthetics. Yeah, that's true. Very true. Going to get a surgery was very different not that long ago. And much, much scarier. Ted the Caver? No, Ted the Caver. It just ended. He just went, I'm gonna go into the cave one day, and disappeared. This one would have a good ending, don't worry, I won't die. Ted the Caver was a great early internet story. To the new lighthearted version, exactly. Oh, again, I keep using this tool on the wrong layer, so I don't select anything. I'm being silly. Let's see. Hey, that's nice. Okay, so I think I could do pure white over there, because it's gonna be so dark inside that this is gonna be like the light at the end of the tunnel. So pure white coming out of that. I'll probably make these yellows also like pretty much pure bright. I will, hold on, do a close up on this selection and shift the edge. No, it's not something you listen to, Ted the Caver. It's kind of a blog about a guy exploring a local cave on his own. It starts kind of normal, then it gets quite a bit creepier, and one day he just disappears into the cave. Very classic story. Okay, so now the lighting. And for the lighting, we're gonna go very focused on this very bright patch. So everything except for it will be basically, also thanks for the save reminder. Everything except for it will be very dark. So let's see. Let me hide those pics. Let's do like we did before with some levels. In which everything pretty much gets darkened. Yes, Angel Fire. I love that it's still up, by the way. That they've still been keeping this website alive. Whoever did it. I don't know if it's a public knowledge who did it, or if it was anonymous, this cave character, this Ted character, not this cave character. Have you ever read Lindsay Fitzharris? Great book about the dawn of antiseptic medicine. That's interesting. I've learned about it in class, but I've never read that book. Oh, Reconstructing Soldiers in World War I. Yeah, I've also read about that. Not that book again, but I remember we investigated it when working on that family ghost story because we used images from that. Didn't give soldiers drugs. That was World War II. That's both the first and the second. Morphine was very big in the First World War, and a lot of morphine addiction happened when soldiers came back. And for the Second World War, there was also morphine, but there was a lot more. It was methamphetamine was very big. They gave it to soldiers. Here's a more, I guess, somewhere between grim and lighthearted story that it's not known how real it is or if it's kind of just popular culture, but it comes from a real story. During the Second World War, in my region, in Asturias, obviously Spain wasn't fighting in the Second World War. This region is super, super poor. Really rural and completely destroyed by the war as well, by our war, by the civil one. And during the war, during that era of poverty, a German plane crash landed in a mountain in Asturias. It apparently had some problem while doing some, while I think flying over the north, like the Atlantic, just over Spain. So it tried to go into land to find an airport, and it didn't get there. So it crash landed into a mountain, it exploded, and the pilots died. The people from the nearby village saw that huge explosion and went to check it out. What they found was this destroyed plane, nobody alive, but a bunch of stuff in that plane, and they were super, super, super poor. So they basically took everything they found, including the rations that these soldiers had in their compartments, right? What they didn't know is that they gave methamphetamines in like little kind of snack bars to these pilots so they could fly for a long time. And they thought they were just cookies. So apparently they brought in like, oh, they even have cookies and stuff. And the next day everyone ate the cookies, which were full of drugs, for breakfast, and everyone had a ball, essentially. It's a fun story. There's a short movie about it. You know, kind of little comedy thing. We don't know how much of that is true. We know that the plane crash landing is true, because there are remains of that plane that have been found later. But we don't know how much of the people having drug tablets part is true. So take it with a grain of salt, but still, fun story. Fun and strange story. Oh yeah, pilots definitely had drugs. That part is true as well. Also ground soldiers as well. I think, I'm not sure if it was methamphetamine, but it was some kind of amphetamine that was given to them. So yeah, that part is definitely for real. Okay, so here in the normal layer, I was thinking if we should still have that phone flash in here, but I think let's not do that. Let's leave everything pretty dark. There's going to be obviously reflected lighting from there, but let's let most of the lighting come through that gap. Yeah, so I can imagine those poor village people not knowing what they had just taken. If you go to that village nowadays, you will find that it's a tiny, tiny village still nowadays. They in the local church, they have some metal, I think in the altar, some like metal decorations. Those were actually made with the metal from the plane that they cast into new shapes. It's very interesting. So you can imagine they were so poor and desperate that they even took the metal from the plane and completely. They took everything they could. I guess I gotta know that the region I live in still is a little bit, but was super, super poor. It's always been a classic, like, miner region. There's actually, I want to do, there's a bunch of closed down mines in the area. And I recently found about one old mine that they reopened with like security stuff so that people could go in and just do a trek through the mine with like all kinds of security equipment and stuff. But I would love to try that. It's apparently incredibly tiring. Like, the guy who did it, who told me about it, was completely for a whole week couldn't feel his legs because of how hard it was. Let there be lights for the first time. Oh, this is very strong, but I kind of like it. Kind of washing out the rest with how strong it is. And there's finally like yellow. There's finally like warm tones for the first time. So I'm gonna go into the color grading. I'm gonna give that some, you know, yellows and oranges to make that feel kind of warm and inviting, while the rest is gonna have some blues in there. Like finally finding the lights after everything. Reminds me of cargo cults. Tries basing a religion about technology they don't understand, like a plane or something. Oh, interesting. Like the Prince Philip movement. What's that? Still gotta play with the color grading a bit. Hopefully get some more natural tones. Should we maybe have some view of nature in there? I should have taken those pictures. Oh, they're still in my camera. I'll probably put them after the stream. I was in a very beautiful place yesterday with a lovely sunset. I think it could be a nice ending to the series of just appearing on some cliffs and there's a beautiful sunset there, and it'll be cool, I think. So that kind of yellowish light could fit with that. But I would maybe want to get some we can still see a little bit of the sea there in the sky. But I'll have to get my pictures on the camera, so I can't get them yet. So I think we'll call this one done for now, but I want to put some more interesting stuff into the white area. Let's see, this would be 11.5. Did you think of exhaustions? Oh, so sorry, Karakan. Yeah, fatigue. Yeah, being fully vaccinated really helped. Yeah, I hope it goes by quick. Tribes in the Vanuatu who believe in the divinity of Prince Philip. Interesting. I didn't know about that. Yeah, especially this little part here bothers me a bit, but... I'm glad it's not a case. I'm sure you'll feel like yourself in no time. Okay, let's go back to this. I wonder, I guess we should have more in between these. Alright, this one here and this one here. Right, because it feels we're going from this, boom, boom, and we're out. Isn't that a bit too direct? Could we maybe have some in-between pictures? I mean, it could be explained very simply, like just say, like, I'm just focusing on trying to get out of here. You're lucky you're getting pictures, right? Trying to escape this place. Oh, there's also this. Okay, this is something I had considered, but completely forgotten about. This was in the middle of this quarry. There was this beautiful garden. Look at that. It's so strange. Like, it just pops out from the rock like that. And there were some birds drinking. What if we included that? But maybe in those very, very deep levels where nothing makes sense and it's just everything's kind of weird. Birds. That could be interesting. We also have... Okay, no. Oh yeah, that's like the same exit we saw there, but from the other side. Or from the other... slightly different perspective. Like, that's the same tree. So maybe we put this underground. Yeah, we give the ground like we make it into more of a concrete ground. We change some of those textures. We may remove the bird. I don't know about the bird. But it could be interesting at the very least. Okay, let's start a new file because this one's getting bloated. So file, new, and let's start with 6,000 by 4,000 vertical. Have we reached the destination? This is the end, my friend. So yeah, we were doing like kind of some of the exit sequence. So we finally get through this area here. It's this big like cut stone area, and there's a hole in it. And through it, find the stairs, and finally the cave that leads us to the ending. So this one will be the end, or not the end, because I want to have like one of outside of like just a beautiful sunset seen over the cliffs, like you're just left and you're just up here in a cliff. And that's finally like I got out, and that's where it will end. And so now we're going back in and doing some more stuff from inside. I might include some intermediate steps in between this and this to make it feel like a longer journey. But I don't know. We'll still we have 40 something images. I don't want to like overdo it, you know? So I'm fighting my own instincts of doing like a lot, because then I'll never end the series. At some point you gotta say I'm gonna stop there. Oh, Kaipora the Urban Jungle. I don't know, I probably didn't say that right. Welcome. Still images. I'm probably gonna upload some of these to the sacrificial altar in the Discord. I have to do a selection though, there are many. Okay, I don't know if I want to do a close-up or one from further away. I think this one, which is kind of intermediate, might be the best. Do you know where you'll end up geographically? We're still in the same country. I'm gonna leave that unclear. No, I'm not gonna go into detail after I get out. It's just gonna be I get out and the story is done, I think. I don't think there's too much sense in you know, wallowing in that. Like I close off the story and the themes and stuff and leave it at that. And I'll end with like, I'll get back home safely, and then we'll break the fourth wall and be like, thank you for listening to my story, I think. Yeah, I'm a GeoGuessr pro, so I can find myself anywhere in the world. I'm not a GeoGuessr pro, but I'm decent. I can get a pretty consistent perfect score. It takes time, but not like the speedrunners who are amazing. Okay, so maybe we combine this with one of the brutalist pictures we found. Interesting. Let me see. There was one that could work here and that felt like the inside of a subway. This? Close that in. Yeah, the perspective is not exactly the same. Maybe one of the other pictures though. The ones from further away, these ones. I have that, and that's another close-up, okay. This one's a bit more centered, it feels. You should end it with a free ebook on how you became financially independent. That'll be the perfect ending. Just use the opportunity to sell. It was all ploy to sell crypto. I'm joking, of course. After all that, I finally got out and I'm like, buy the Ziggurat NFT collection. I promise I won't scam you out of your money. That's never happened. Oh, teach me a word in Spanish. I guess garden is fairly similar. It probably has the same roots, but it's pronounced fairly differently. Jardín with a J. That's really hard one to pronounce. Try it at home. Jardín. Maybe the cave or the real friend, the real cave of the friends really made it along the way. Yeah, it still doesn't work perspective-wise. Ooh. El Orato de Memphis. I don't know if that's Portuguese, but thank you for the follow. Welcome in. Yeah, we can actually stretch this quite a lot. Yeah. Yeah, honestly, could work. I speak Portuguese, not a lot. I'm Spanish, so we have a lot of similarities in the language. Looks like a gang with a drop in the end, yes. Okay, what I will do is reduce the opacity to something where I can see what I'm doing. And I'm gonna try... I'll try and change the perspective, and that might take some doing. But if we manage it without breaking anything, which it seems like I am, look at that. Look at how big it is becoming. If I can manage that, hopefully it will look nice. Oh, come on, there we go. You're saving your pawns for multiple edits so you don't have to work. The Spirit House has a real smart strategy here. Hey you're finally awake. You were trying to cross the border, right? I don't know the dialogue by by heart. Oh, this was very badly cut, actually. Not directly. Oh. Did it? There we go. Interesting. So it's strange that a Germanic word makes it into Spanish. But it must come from the English, I assume. Because the English, they like their gardens. Or from the French. Jardin, yeah. Probably through the French from the English, possibly. Which is strange. It's rare that that a word goes in that direction, but hey, what's... I think Photoshop just had a moment. I don't know if it crashed. Oh, there. Interesting. So, if I move right from this line, it lets me. If I go left from it, it gets locked. It's like... Oh. It's not a line in the screen, it's a line in the document. Because if I move the document, the line moves with it. This is very strange. Oh, Photoshop bugs, please. Now, yeah, it's kind of locked. I think Photoshop is just having a day. Doesn't let me click either. Googly eyes. I will once I manage to unlock my Photoshop. Oh. Okay. Seems like we're back. I think I'm gonna try. Yes. Yeah, it's gonna be cigarettes. 15. Again, don't worry about the numbering system. It doesn't make sense for me either. Googly eyes. The face in the fountain. Let's see. Oh yeah, the little moon there. Perfect. The bird is too small for that, I think. That's the right way. I think it's this one. I think I might have flipped it before. Beautiful. Look at it. Googly eye jump scare. You're just walking down the corridor and suddenly the googlies appear. Okay, let's see. Let's try to recut this. So I think my brain is finally getting used to the tablet being weird today. It's only taken 2.5 hours. Or I guess not. My brain is still clumsy, but that's never gonna change. I will hit every button except for the one I want to hit, so. If you ever wondered if those kinds of things stop happening with experience? No, they don't. At least for me. I keep messing up and hitting the wrong key all the time. Like right now. As the creator of the cave, the architect. Hey, look at Googly L go. Cute little fella. Okay, so now we have the selection that actually works. I think it still needs some perspective warping after all we've done. You know what I'll do? I'll make a copy in case I want to retrace my steps, but I will turn this into its own smart object, which will just be the ramp, and the ramp will be much easier to edit on its own. Guess we might be able to do perspective edit on this one, though this might do the trick. What I want is for this to fit this side of the path, and for that to hit that side. Can't really see well because it's covered in stuff. Let's see if I can manage it. Okay, that perspective hopefully works. It's a little bit askew, but hopefully it does a trick. And we're missing a couple corners here, but those are easy to fill in. Again, very annoying to work with the tablet having lost all its settings. I hope it doesn't do that too frequently, because it's the second time it does that in a month. And it's very annoying. Okay. Now here near the top. Obviously we have to cover the top and make it feel like it's underground. With a big, maybe strong lights in the center. That's kind of feeding these trees, because that way it makes a little bit more sense. Also, bird. Bird or no bird? Should we keep the bird? Yes, I use a Wacom. Yes, I have to restart the PC. I know that's the only thing that fixes it, but I'm streaming, so that would stop the stream for everybody. So I have to be annoyed at it for a couple hours, and then it will go back to normal. Okay, let's see. I'm thinking, obviously I can't keep these kinds of walls, because it doesn't fit with this brutalist concrete aesthetic. So let's see. Maybe some of these ceiling lights could work there. They pronounce it Wacom? What? Wacom? Or am I saying that wrong? This is too dark. Hold on. By the way. Hello. I have this other picture that I used for another one in the series. I think it should be in here. But we'll see. Maybe it isn't. Oh, here it is. Yes. Maybe this would work better. I think maybe mine is dying as well, because it's happened twice in a month. So it's making me slightly worried. Oh, you know, I could have used these. Whatever. Maybe it does work though. Because maybe the fun part is... God, the problem is we've already done this picture, and it might be a bit too obvious to do the same thing twice. It is this one here. Had the issue for 1.5 years. Okay, so I hope it just doesn't happen too much then. So we already used it here. Maybe if we paint the lighting differently, it will look different, but feels like I'm repeating the same trick again. Let's see. Let's create a horizontal one and bring in this. I mean, if I like this better, maybe the other one with that weird altar could go into another, like I could just put the altar somewhere else and still keep like the same idea. Would be a bit of lost work, but if it's for the better of the picture, then I won't complain too much. Okay, so this one is for the ones that are further away. So for this one, maybe. So we could make it so they're in the back. Let's do like a rough selection. We just choose this area. And I put the garden there. I don't love it as much. It's like too far away. It feels disconnected. Sure, we could connect it better, but it still feels a bit weird and disconnected. Kind of like this better. Oh my god, that's a paragraph. The scholars believe that the new structure found in Spain, called Valdevia ziggurats, in honor of its discoverer, was created by an early Neoplatonic Christian sect with intentions to reach the heavens, and the principally angel Gugliel. Not a lot more is known of this cult, but they carved googly eyes in the walls as ornamental pieces and ornamental faces, probably as a way for the Archangel of Vigilance to watch them at their subterranean cities, facing persecution from the major religions at the time. Perfect. That's beautiful. You've been working on that for 10 minutes, haven't you? Yeah. Yes, preserve that. I'll save it somewhere, or clip it or something. I don't know, I think I'll come back to the garden. I don't know what the right approach for it is, or to the fountain here. Because one of the things is that it's going to be very annoying to mask out a lot of this vegetation. Maybe if we use this, but then the garden is very far away, the fountain, sorry. But here, masking out all of this and mixing it with concrete structures is going to be a pain, which is one of the things that's setting me back, but... I love this. It's so eerie. This, I wanted to include this somewhere, maybe. Maybe as a strange statue in some of the lower parts where everything's getting abstract and weird. Maybe this pops out of the wall or something. Still haven't decided, but... yeah, I could keep going with this exploration for ages. I could keep going forever. Like, just looking at all the base pictures, all the potential base pictures we have, I could just keep going and going and going, to be honest. I kind of like this. This one's very, it's a pretty picture. There we go. I don't know, I'm gonna take a look through images and see what we like. See what else we can make today. But honestly, if we look at the ones we have, we could tell the full story with what we have, I think. Like, we have enough to tell the full sequence of events that I wanted to tell. What maybe the part that is lacking a bit is the really weird areas that I want to include in like the lower parts. There's a couple things that will need some real life pictures for it to work well. So I do want to add glitches to them as well. So there's going to be one little detail that's going to feel weird. For example, I still haven't like fully decided on this, but one of the ideas I had is during this sequence as I'm going down, like before going down, sorry, I show people how I'm preparing. So I'm going to show them my backpack and what I'm putting in it. And while I show this, the backpack and everything is going to be put on top of the sofa. Just going to be this background detail. But when I'm down below and that's like this really weird zone, I would love to have a room that's just like an empty room, and in the middle there's a sofa. Exactly the same sofa I have in my parents' house. Something like that. But of course, that would mean everything I do like that, I have to set a parallel earlier in the series. So I have to do, if I put the sofa below, I have to show the sofa before to draw that parallel, because then it won't make sense. So I gotta think of other little things like that one, which, yeah, I'm gonna give that a good think and possibly do it over the Friday stream, maybe Monday stream. Next week, by the way, I might stream a little bit. I might miss 1 or 2 streams because I might be out of home. I'm still not sure though. It'll depend on a couple plans, but I will let you guys know anyway. I could imagine some separations within the cave. Let's see, what's this? What's this? Animation? That's cool. Yeah, self in the sofa, that kind of thing. Oh, is that Warhammer? Oh, but with separations, you mean like the big doors like that? Is that what you mean? It's a cool animation, by the way. Like the vault doors in Fallout, they remind me. I don't know, I was thinking of how to separate those levels. Those quote-unquote levels. I was thinking that it might feel a bit too video gamey if we do like literal separations between levels. Or like, oh, there's this level and it's themed after A, and then this level is themed after B. I was thinking of leaving it as more of a continuum, where you have like zones where you're just walking forward and suddenly like a big drop, which is why the ziggurat, right? Because it's a level and a drop, a level and a drop. But I was thinking like not to separate too much the levels thematically, because that feels a bit video gamey. Like you're getting to the water level, you're getting to the industrial level. And I feel like that would detract maybe a little bit from the realism. So the separation between levels is going to be the pictures of like big drops or going down long flights of stairs. So I still haven't, like I have them a bit mixed in here, but they're going to be very different. One of them is going to be some stairs like this. One of them is going to be, that's just a continuation of these stairs, but let's see. Another one is just going to be some big stairs that keep going down and down and down ad infinitum. Let's see. These ones more in the industrial area are just a very long ladder. Which ones do we have? These one's just a slope. And this one's stairs, infinite stairs. So I'm planning on putting those strategically between different areas to show a kind of constant going down. Which is why this one bothers me slightly, because we're looking up. We're looking at stairs that go up. So it could be like, yeah, it could be like this is a room I just went through. I'm looking back and taking a picture. Like I just went through these stairs. I don't know. Still don't know. I have to contextualize it somehow. There's also, I thought of a good connection. This one and this one. So this could be the stairs, and finally you get to the end of the stairs and it leads you there. Right? It could work. We lose some mystery, like how one place goes to another. Oh, collapses between them. Where do you spend all these hours / days going down, and then at the very end there's a 10-foot ladder straight to the surface. You start singing the Metal Gear 3, I think, song, the one where you're going up that super huge ladder while a song plays. Classic video game moment. You felt like someone's following you. I like that. It's a good way to put it. Your cardio, yeah. So yeah, I would like to sort of have these regular spaces, or not regular, but these big rooms, and then these transitional spaces. Oh, this is going to be one of them as well. This is going to be one of the major ones, actually, because it's a drop. It's a point where you have to jump down. So it's essentially like there's only one way down, and you're not there are no ladders, no stairs here. You gotta take the jump, and you don't know if you're gonna be coming back up from that. So it's gonna be like the transitional moment between the points. Like that's gonna be the point where I disappear, right? Like I'm gonna go down, and then you stop hearing about me. I like the idea of a space being banked so hard that you went down for hundreds of meters and then up for 2 or 3 to get out. I like that. It's kind of going to be like that. Like, going to spend a lot of time going down, but not a lot of time going up. There's an in-universe explanation for that, which is as I'm going down, I'm finding these outlets, and these outlets allow me to plug in my Wi-Fi extender. I don't know the exact name, I think it's extender. And since it's connected to the electricity in my house, I do get a little bit of Wi-Fi, at least for a while. Once I go down here, like maybe there's extenders, maybe not. It's going to be so cryptic and weird, and you're not even going to know about like my mental state at that point, that it's going to be hard to know like how the pictures are going through. But in any case, at some point, finally like start getting out, and once we get to these huge caverns, we can assume we're pretty close to the surface, because finally I get like regular internet in there. Like it's not that I'm finding outlets, is that here I finally start getting the internet, like data, and I can finally send images. And finally like recovering the mental state and everything. So everything is a bit connected, right? The descent is not only a literal descent, but a metaphorical descent into madness kind of thing. And the ascent is getting back to normal. Eldritch location with alien geometries. I mean, this could very well have impossible things like that, like the ascent being much shorter than the descent. It's not going to be known because, again, I'm going to be disappeared for that time and in an unknown state. But since it's more of a metaphorical, again, descent into madness kind of thing, it makes sense. So again, yeah, there's going to be some themes and stuff, but I'm trying to keep that out since you guys are getting spoiled of the pictures that are going to be in the story. I still don't want to spoil you of the story itself. I also haven't fully written it, so I don't want to make promises that I won't keep. But you get the general gist of it. But still, I want to keep some of that until I post it, so you guys will still have a bit of surprise of what the story is going to be telling. It's larger in the inside, exactly. I mean, yeah, this would definitely be larger in the inside. I guess, does it even exist on the outside? I guess not. It's weird. I would want to have, yeah, I still want to have a couple video things. God, yeah, it's the constant struggle between, I want to make this series super, I want to complete this and make a ton of things and a ton of pictures and a ton of locations. And on the other hand, I want to finish it, so I do have to find, at some point, it's going to be a compromise. I'm not going to be exactly happy with everything I have, and I'm sure at the moment I post it, there's still going to be a lot of stuff that I would want to finish or retouch or redo or do more of, but I'm gonna bite my tongue, I think, because then I'll never be able to finish it. This could keep ballooning out of scope for longer and longer and longer. At some point, if you got enough to tell your story, that's maybe enough. Call it quits there, right? I don't know. I think with what we have, we can tell the story perfectly. I'm just the limping leg of that story is the deeper area, where a lot of the I would want a lot of these themes to be resolved, and all the stuff I'm going to be presenting at first, I would like to kind of give it a resolution that kind of triggers the exit. I stop going down. I stop being obsessed by going down and down and down, and finally decide to find a way out. That's when you that switch. I gotta tell it in an interesting way, through an interesting location, or through. It's gonna be text in between, especially in these areas where these pictures are gonna be more sparse. So I do still want to tell that story, and I don't have a lot of pictures to tell that story. For now, I have this one, the altar. I have this one here, the kind of museum. And I did want the one with the sofa, so that would be another one. And yeah, we would need a bit more there, so that's probably for Friday's stream. We'll try and figure out what else we need for that. The project of metaphorical madness becomes actual madness. Exactly, that's what we want to avoid. You can also post pictures that are completely out of focus or just pitch black. Yeah, that's a very good idea, actually. Make it feel like you're going crazy, or the camera didn't pick up what you're seeing. That's a very good point. Yeah, and that will allow us to fill some of that more, at some point it's going to be more brainy and metaphorical, and you have to, the images are not going to carry the story that much. So yeah, I really like what you say for the script. Let me actually Yeah, I'll just put it below there. Blank pictures. Or something that just glitched out that so much that you can't see it, like the other glitches, but at a point where just most of the image is black and you can see only a corner or something like that. Blank pictures, very glitched ones. Out of focus. I wouldn't make those on stream. That's nothing too interesting for you guys to see. So probably for Friday's stream, I'll focus on switch to cam since there's not that much interesting going on there. I'll probably there's the voice chat that was still up there from the other stream. Interesting. So I would like to have some interesting pictures for you guys on Friday. So we'll try to do those, and then like all the blank stuff, I'll just do on my own. That's not so interesting. Have you figured out the emotional storyline as well? Yes, that's what I'm keeping a bit from you guys, so you still have something interesting to look for that more, you know, the deeper themes within it. I still want to keep those to myself during the streams, so you're not completely spoiled. So yeah, I have those thought out. I don't know exactly like how I'm gonna present them, because I think I'll develop that as I write it, as I try to write the tweets. It's obviously the problem is it has to look genuine and not like thought out prose. It's gonna be in the moment kind of stuff. It has to feel like that. So yeah, I gotta present it in that way. I streamed all my horror. Posted for Twitter for all to adore. I hope they adore it. Been working on it for a long time, y'all. I do want a good hook to the story. It's very important in anything in social media. If I start the story by just saying, there's this door and I want to open it, that's not too interesting. It's not gonna catch a lot of people's attention. So I'm gonna start it within the story. I'm gonna start tweeting after I've opened it. Like, I was just gonna open this door. I'm not gonna tweet about this door. It doesn't make sense until something actually weird and unexpected starts happening. So it's gonna start somewhere like something like, so there's this door in my basement and there's a strange building inside it, or there's a strange underground structure inside it, and have the open door and the corridor behind it, and then some cool room to just catch people's attention. That'll be like the first room. And then we kind of start from there. And then I go back and say, so I was trying to open this door, etc., etc. So you kind of, you start with an interesting like hook, because you still gotta call people's attention on social media. As much as I would like to start it like from the start, like I'm gonna open this door, I don't think that would be too much of an interesting start. So these are the kind of things that I have to figure out, like the practical side of it, of not only the story I want to tell, but how I want to present that story, and how the minute-to-minute writing is going to be, and how much I should wait between post and post, how the frequency should be higher at first and then kind of decrease to first keep people's attention, and then as they have when they have the attention, kind of leave them in the mystery and stop posting and leave people with a lot of questions. Those kinds of things. Those are the practical moment-to-moment things, which I don't know. I might get snagged while writing that and get a block and not be able to find a good way of telling that story. But I have good writer friends that might be able to help me if that happens. What if you heard something coming from the inside? Oh, as a hook. That'll be fun as well. Something's being banging on that door. Oh, the door is gonna be like one of the things we're gonna do is the door has always been there, but nobody's managed to open it, and it doesn't have a handle. I'm gonna Photoshop that out. Those kinds of things. Like, it doesn't have a handle, nobody's been able to open it, and it's not on the floor plan. That's gonna be like the conceit. Like this, like what makes this door strange. Because if it just appeared out of nowhere, it would start as fantasy, and I do want to keep the like the verisimilitude of the whole thing for a little while at least. There's no door in the basement. It was the birds. It was always the birds. Yeah, but that's how I'd like to present it. Something that would feel sort of believable. Like this, the door is weird, but you know, it's always been there. That kind of thing. But yeah, I think I will start with the door already open. And I'm gonna start like, I found something weird, and then I'll start telling the story. So it will start as a little pre-made thread of me telling the story of how I opened the door, or what's behind it, like the first few steps. And then I'll start like live tweeting. So it'll start as an already like a small thread, so people know that it's gonna keep going like that instead of just starting as one tweet. That kind of thing, you know, the practical stuff. It's not that interesting to talk about, but at the end of the day, it's important. It's part of the writing. You still have to work within the medium. It's a story that's made to work in Twitter. That's meant to be told through that social media. So it's meant to feel like live tweets, and it's still like you still have to work within the constraints of the social media and you know, keep people's attention, that kind of thing. It's annoying. It's annoying, but at the end of the day, it's kind of a challenge in the writing itself. So you gotta, if you think about it, think about it like that. It's not that bad. There is not a door in the basement. For the ending, you could Photoshop the door out and be like, it's never been there. That'll be fun. I like that. Maybe it could be like not an ending, because I want the ending to be me getting out and seeing like the sun and kind of leaving it there. But maybe like how do you call it? An epilogue. The epilogue is I get back home finally. I check the door and it's not there anymore. That'll be fun. Thank you for the ideas. Epilogue. Thor is not there anymore. But yeah, that's the practical stuff. I'll be working on that over the next few days, along with other projects and commissions. Is the scar more noticeable? Oh, I got myself while shaving. That's yeah, just a little cut. Got myself yesterday. Dozed off really hard, no worries. Yeah, we're just finishing. Let me see, is Q still alive? Oh, I think it's not anymore. God damn it. Let's see. Anyone else cool streaming? No, it doesn't seem like it. Okay. Do you know about the Spanish Twitter ARG about something? Yes, I'm actually mutuals with the one that wrote it. Really nice guy. We talked a bit. Bartual is, I don't recall the first name, but Bartual is the last name. Stuck down there, you've been poisoned by a basilisk. Luckily the phoenix appeared. Hey, I know this. But yeah, once I start posting it, I'm definitely gonna share it with him because I think he's gonna like it. It's definitely it's a big inspiration. So there was this viral thread a few years ago might be like 2015 or something like that. Ramon Bartual, I want to say. Yeah, I think it's Ramon. Well, it was by a Spanish guy, Spanish writer, who live tweets through this experience, and it's all about him being on vacation, and he finds a doppelganger. He finds like himself in like the beach, and he's wearing the same person that looks exactly the same as him, wears the same clothes as him, and he starts like following him around and obsessing about it, and it's very fun. It's kind of like this, but without Photoshop, right? It's just like smart pictures. You don't have to do a lot of editing. It's just a doppelganger, you know. You just take pictures, or you have another person take pictures of yourself, and that's your doppelganger. Simple as that. I think there might be some light editing in some pictures, but yeah, it was a very fun story, and it became like a huge viral hit in Spain. Everyone was kind of following it for a while. I think he got a book deal out of it even. Yeah, it was a fun thing, fun little moment in Twitter, Spanish Twitter. Do you plan on doing some Spanglish on the thread? No, it's gonna be in English. If I'm at some point, if I'm talking to someone else, I would be doing it in Spanish and then translating it for people. But since it's kind of I'm gonna do this alone, yeah, and talking about it on Twitter, I'm just gonna speak in English whenever there's any video thing. Manuel, yes, thank you. Got the name mixed up. He did a bunch of threads after. I don't think any of them got this popularity as the first one, because he did them through sock puppet accounts, which of course won't have the same like chance at being viral from a completely new account doing this story. But he did a lot of interesting stories, and one that was actually quite similar to the one I did with the family ghost, which I didn't know about until after I did the family ghost and someone linked to it, which is why we're mutuals now. But yeah, that was a very fun thread, and yeah, this one's a bit inspired by that, you know, telling a horror story through Twitter as a live thread, like using the medium as part of the story is always very interesting to me. Sock puppet accounts is when you create a new account with a fake name to not link into yourself. So if in this case you want to tell a story and you want it to be more believable, and you want people like, I considered doing this for this story, but then I thought like, sure, that would increase the believability, but it has a much lower chance for people to see it. So, and people will still know it's me because I've been streaming it. So the sock puppet wouldn't be too interesting in this case. So I'm just gonna post it in my own voice. But I'm gonna do a few things to increase that verisimilitude. Like I'm going to remove my profile picture while I'm posting it, the one with the bug face, and I'm just gonna put a regular picture. I'm gonna change my bio and my pinned to stuff that, you know, appears normal. I'm probably gonna pin the thread itself. So yeah, that's probably how I'm gonna do it. We could include a little, like in the profile picture itself, we could include a little clue or something like that. I still haven't thought about that. Something that will appear later in the story. Well, I don't know. I'll think about that probably. Magic Twisted Fuzzy Worm is taking the word. Demonstrate his love of red light alien. That's a very specific reference, but shout outs to those who get it. Okay, we'll leave it at that, guys. It's been, yeah, we've done like 3 or 4 pictures. Yeah, it's been quite a decent amount. We are on the final leg of this journey, I think. I hope I don't get snagged on this for too long. We are hopefully on the final leg of this journey. Might be 1 or 2 streams of this left, and then more stuff that I'll do out of stream and writing, and then I think we'll be ready. So hope you're looking forward to that. Hopefully over the next few weeks it'll start to get published. Let's hope. Let's pray. Home stretch now, exactly. Okay. But we'll leave it at that for today. I will see you guys on Friday, same hour as usual. And that is 10:30 p.m. UTC GMT, or 5:30 p.m. in Eastern Time. Not Eastern Standard Time, Eastern Summer Time, or whatever it's called. Until then, folks, take care.